tonight at the second class of Cooking with Chris, and we are now going to make fudge balls. So the ingredients for fudge balls are dates that have been soaked in water for about 20 minutes. These actually, we were talking a lot, so they were soaked for a lot longer than that. A whole jar of butter of some kind. This is going to be almond butter, but you can use any other butter. And then I'm going to use half of the Arbonne unflavored protein boost and half of the chocolate protein mix. The first thing that I will do is to put the soaked dates into the food processor. You soak the dates because sometimes they have harder outer skins that have crystallized already, so that's why you soak it to soften them up, and then you mash them all together so that there aren't any hard spots in them. Then we add the entire 2 cups. This is 2 cups of dates soaked, and 2 cups, a 16-ounce container of butter. Most butters separate a lot of the natural butters, so you want to stir them up really well before you try to spoon them out. And then I will use 2 big scoops of the chocolate protein mix and 2 big scoops of the unflavored, unsweetened protein mix. I mix it half and half because I find it's too sweet with all those delicious dates. I find it's actually too sweet if I use all of the chocolate mix. Then you blend it all together. You want it to be stiff so that you can roll it into balls and so that you can make something you can carry with you hiking or in the car, and it won't be too soft. Okay, because of its stiffness, sometimes it won't be totally mixed. So what I do is I spoon this into a bowl and I mix the rest by hand. And depending on the kind of butter you're using, some is a little stiffer than others. So you just have to play with the textures. If it's too dry, you can add a little bit more butter, or you can add a little bit of the date water that you use to soak the dates in. But I personally like to keep it pretty stiff. Okay, so there are many things you can do with these. You can have them just plain, rolled in a little bit of the extra protein powder, or you can roll them in ground nuts or ground coconut flakes are really great. This is where making them into balls is good. If you do put them in a pan instead, you can also put the coconut on and press the coconut into it. Would you like to taste one of these?
Sure.
Okay. Your pick.
Oh my God. Okay. Oh my God. Oh my God, this is fabulous.
Want another one?
First. I'll take the one without. Okay, just
Okay.
swallow this first. Oh my God,
Great.
this is great.
Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to make some almond milk. Now you can either use raw almonds that have not been soaked, or you can soak almonds. Some people have a little bit of trouble digesting raw almonds, so if you soak the almonds for about 20 minutes, they will swell in size. But whatever it is that some people have a hard time with, it will alleviate that problem. I like to soak them because it releases the enzymes. It's almost like a beginning of sprouting. So I learned that back when I was eating raw, and everything is enhanced by, all the seeds are enhanced and nuts by soaking them a little bit. It helps the digestion, and the enzymes help you to digest. So these have been soaked maybe for half an hour. And it was 1 cup. It looks like more, but that's because they're swollen and they're drained. I use a Vitamix for this, but you can use a bullet. And to this you can add any amount of water you want, depending on whether you want it to be a little thicker or thinner. I'm going to add just shy of 2 cups of water. I like it a little bit thicker. Now when you start up, you want to start blending it at a slow speed and work up to a high speed. This is going to be noisy, so I'll tell you ahead of time. And then I'm going to let it blend for about a minute, maybe a little more or less, until it's really all ground up well. Okay, so now I'm going to strain the milk. I believe that they sell nut milk strainers, but this is just a paint strainer that you get at a hardware store, and you get 2 of them for $3.99. I hear that that's a lot cheaper than what you have to pay for a nut milk strainer at a health food store. Look at that. And when you squeezed all of the liquid out, the almond bits will be almost like sawdust. You can either add those to protein bars if you want, or you can grind them. You can let them dry completely and grind them into almond flour, sorry. And it tastes really good chilled. So I'll squeeze the rest of it out later. Do you want to taste this? And you can add vanilla to this if you want.